Okay. I'm not trying to show my face, so I'm gonna put the camera down. But what I did want to talk about is people who abuse their privileges. And I'm not going too deep in this. This is very simple, okay? So I'm sitting myself in freaking Walmart. I'm trying to do my job. Just chill out. I'm at one of my jobs, trying to take my clients to the store so they can go and have a normal shopping experience. And all of a sudden, what do I see? I see all
See?
these freaking, yeah, honey. I see all these freaking people parked in these doggone handicaps spots with no sticker, or they have a sticker but then they have a small car. Now there's other like handicap parking spots open because it's the middle of the day. It's the morning time. Most people are at work unless you got an odd job like I do that requires you to be at freaking Walmart or you retired or something like that. So yeah, more than enough parking spots open that have handicap spots in them. But like I said, half of them don't even have the doggone sticker. And then the other ones, they're parking in the wrong spot. Now, the one that I needed to park in because I have an individual that has, this issue. I don't want to really cover it too much. Yeah, that had this issue. She needs the van slot that parks on the side so she can get out, so she can use the ramp. Okay? And we see all these cars parked sideways when they could have effortlessly gotten a regular handicap parking spot and been fine. But no, they wanted to just go and just sit in the van spot. And it specifically says handicap accessible for van. So that means someone who is not able to take care of themselves. And I was just like, wow, like, how do people think that they can get away with like doing the crazy stuff like that they do just because it benefits them right then? They're not gonna look and see the long-term effects of their actions. Now I'm sure that whoever parked, all those people who parked, because there was about 8 of them who parked in these spots that were van accessible, I'm sure they saw the other handicapped spots that were issued for cars and trucks and vehicles for people with handicap, with disabilities like that. But they didn't think that it was a big deal and it was more convenient for them to park in that handicap van accessible spot, so they chose that. But they never thought about the long-term issues or the long-term consequences of somebody coming behind them and being able, that really needs that spot. That's just like someone who, and I had to check myself sometimes because I do that in the bathroom. Sometimes you want to get the handicap accessible bathroom because it's wider, and get sometimes a little claustrophobic, which I shouldn't be since I worked on planes, but it happens. But you never like take time to go and think about that. How does your actions affect other people? You just don't live in this freaking world like by yourself. Your actions have results. They make they have consequences, so you have to understand that. And that's what I want to get my point out to. No matter what you're doing, people think that they can will what they want. We are in like a situation and a climate, not just in the location that I'm in. This is globally, that people feel like they can do what they want. They can put their own wills on other people, put limitations on people, and think that it's just really okay. Not thinking, long as they get theirs, not thinking the long-term consequences for their actions, that it might affect the generation behind them, or the person that comes behind them, you know, to stop doing what they're doing, or maybe make a better decision. We're dealing with that right now, like globally. People, especially in the U.S., you can look at it and you see how they had the baby boom era and the depression era and all these other generations before us had all this debt, and they just pushed it on to the next generation, to the next generation, to the next generation. Instead of dealing with the problem at root, they was like, let's do what's convenient instead of what's doing what is right, and that what would get something at the root. Instead of taking the horns and looking at the situation at the root, no, we just push off the next to the next party, to the next party, to the next party, to the next party. So and you end up with a bigger situation, or you end up with somebody else cleaning up your mess, which it didn't even have to be that way, but it was all because of one decision that you made. So yeah, I'm still a little pissed off about the freaking parking spot. And you might be saying like, well, then you could have found another parking spot. No, actually, I found another parking spot, and it was handicapped, but like I said, I couldn't put the ramp down because there was another car in another handicap spot, so I was stuck. So what I had to do, I had to lift her out. So I should have just went to a regular parking spot, double parked, and freaking just took off the ramp, which would have been either a longer way to walk or me lifting this woman up. And this time I just chose lifting her up, you know. So that's the consequences. That's the thing that I had to deal with because of someone being greedy and someone abusing their right, which is not acceptable. And as a matter of fact, I definitely just left them a nice note and just said, next time maybe be a little bit courteous because there's other people in the world, and just because you have this handicap sticker does not mean that you are able. It's already bad enough that people park in your spots, and you get upset because you're like, I went through all this process and I need assistance, and there are people who have limbs that they can walk a little bit and park in the spots, but then you're doing the same thing to someone else who's less fortunate than you, and you should know better of all people because you've gone through a process similar to that. So yeah, people be mindful of other people's time, people's space. This world was not, it was created for you. The world was created for you, but you're not the only inhabitants in it. So just be mindful of that. Be mindful. Be considerate of other people's other people's time, other people's feelings, other people's beliefs. It's like I just can't. This world, it seems like it's like. And we create the world that we live in. We really do. We really do. It's some things that come in and try to take us over and destroy us. But we as people, we as human beings have dominion over this earth. So we are in control. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's crazy. But we just really have to be mindful of that. Stop acting like the world revolves just around you. Yes, the world revolves around you, but it also revolves around Susie, Billy, Bobo, Jose, freaking Cynthia, Cindy, Kiana. It revolves around everybody. So once we start understanding that, we can be better people, and our planet will be better once we start being better people inside and out. So yeah, hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Thanks.